Okay, I wanted to take just a moment to show you how all this stuff works. This is a normal Windows 10 computer, and I have this card reader attached to it. It's a little hard to scan it one-handed, so especially when it's not attached. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe this card. And when I swipe the card, I've got my Bootstrap JS off at the moment, but what it's telling me is that one of the members, it picks a random element, a random challenge. In this situation, it's telling me that one of the members of the other team was able to hack into the electrical system to send me a message. And so what happens is, when I'm attached right now to a web server that's sitting in the back room, when I push this button, the web server is going to fire off an MQTT, a mosquito query, and basically send a message, publish a message with the code that needs to be sent out. So if I push this button, you'll hear some clicking, and what's going on up there is that light is flashing Morse code. It's flashing the message that the kids are supposed to decode. And so as we come back in here, this is the Apache server. The Apache server is sending off that query to this, which is the MQTT server. It published a message. And then this thing can take any number of topics and messages and all that good stuff. But what happens is, things need to subscribe to these messages. So I just published a message with the topic of Morse. And so what happens is, this up here is a Raspberry Pi running Node-RED, and it's looking for any message on this server with a topic of Morse. And when it gets it, it's going to send it on to this serial port, in this situation serial port 0. So here's the Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi out this blue cable sends to this Arduino Mega, which is receiving that serial data, and when it gets serial data with the topic of Morse, it's converting it to Morse code and then sending it out this relay, which sends it up here to flash the light. And so it's a pretty simple system, but it's pretty cool to see how instantaneously you can be on a Windows 10 computer over there, and it sends the message to the Apache server, which sends the message to the MQTT server, which sends the message to the Raspberry Pi, which sends the message to the Arduino, which sends the message to the relay, which sends the message to the light. And it's just instantaneous through all those things, and just works perfectly.